In this video, we're going to be comparing the Google Pixel Buds Pro versus the 1More Evo. I'll also be including microphone samples of both of these earbuds, so be sure to stick around to the very end. I'll also be leaving links to all the products in this video in the video description. So now, let's jump straight into it. So first, let's go ahead and start with the connectivity. So the 1More Evo are featuring Bluetooth 5.2, while the Pixel Buds offer Bluetooth 5.0. Obviously, that's not going to be a huge deal breaker for anyone, but it's something that I wanted to make sure I threw out there. When it comes to codec support, they both offer SBC and AAC, so they are both compatible with your iPhones and your Android devices. But only the 1More Evo here are going to give Android users access to the LDAC codec for high-res audio. Now, moving forward from there, range on the 1More Evos comes in at about 34 feet or about 10.3 meters. And with the Pixel Buds Pro, it comes in around 42 feet or about 13 meters. So they have excellent connectivity. As usual, that is always going to vary depending on how many walls or obstructions you put in between the earbuds in your ears and where you left the device itself. So if you start throwing multiple walls, obviously you're going to start getting a little bit of breakup in the connection. So just keep that in mind. Now, both of these earbuds also offer single usage mode, and that's where you can use one earbud at a time and leave the other one charged in its case. So both of them have that parity. There's no issues with that whatsoever. In addition to this, they're both offering multipoint connectivity for up to 2 devices. So you can pair them with like your laptop or a tablet or your phone, or basically whichever way you want to roll with it. So you do have those options as well. When it comes to latency, I would not really, well, let me put it this way. So when it comes to latency or video lag, anything like that, when you're watching videos on YouTube, any of the apps, not really a big deal with latency there. Where you will experience some noticeable latency is going to be during mobile gaming. So when I was playing Call of Duty Mobile, it was noticeable on both of these earbuds. So I wouldn't recommend either of these for mobile gaming, to be completely honest. Sadly, neither of them offer you a low latency mode. So if you need something for gaming, you're either going to want to stick to something that has a gaming mode or stick to those wired earbuds and headphones. That's really going to be your best option at this time. So the only real edge here for the Evo in connection is the fact that they offer you LDAC support. That's pretty much it. Now, it's not a big win by a huge margin, but it is a win nonetheless for the 1More Evo. So moving forward from there, let's get into the battery life. So both of these earbuds are going to be offering you sort of some similarities here, obviously. So they both offer USB Type-C. So you can see that on the bottom of the Pixel Buds Pro here and on the back of the 1More Evo. They both have wireless charging as well, and they both offer fast charging. So you can drop the earbuds back into their case for like 5 or 10 minutes and get a bunch of playback time out of them that way. So you have those options. Now, once again, the main difference here is going to come down to the actual playback time of the earbuds themselves. So with noise cancellation on, the 1More Evos managed to get 5 hours and 19 minutes with the AAC codec. The Pixel Buds Pro managed to get 7 hours and 12 minutes. So a solid 2-hour advantage for the Pixel Buds Pro. Now, with noise cancellation turned off, the Evo get about 7.5 hours, and the Pixel Buds Pro are getting you over 10 hours. So that's a pretty substantial difference in battery life. So that's something you want to keep in mind. But just for sheer battery life, the Pixel Buds Pro are definitely going to take the win here. Excellent battery life coming out of these guys. So just something to keep in mind. And then also, if you do activate LDAC mode on the 1More Evo, it's going to absolutely crush your battery life. So just keep that in mind. But all in all, battery life winner is going to be the Pixel Buds Pro. They are definitely delivering on that battery life. Now, moving over to comfort and stability. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of the case here so we can kind of take a look. So for me, when it comes to actual comfort, the size of the earbuds themselves, they're very similar shape-wise, size-wise. So I'm actually going to have to give them a tie when it comes to comfort and stability. They both have a nice ergonomic shape. Neither cause me any sort of noticeable fatigue. Both of them are compact enough for both back and side sleep as well. Neither slipped out of my ears while using either the SpinFit silicone tips here or the Comply foam. So for comfort, stability, and grip, I have to give them a tie. So that was kind of a rare occasion where that happens, but they feel so similar in ear to me that it was just one of those things where I really couldn't decide which one I liked more or less. So yeah, that's where we are with that. So next up, let's move over to the app support. So just like the review I did of the Pixel Buds Pro versus the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro, this is kind of an odd one because only the 1More Evo here are going to offer you third-party app support that's available for both available for both iOS and Android devices at this time. Now, the Pixel Buds, they do offer custom settings that's built into the Android Bluetooth settings, and they do offer a third-party app for Android devices, but there's nothing on iOS at this time. So with that said, only the 1More here are offering you Sound ID. So they have that built-in EQ. They also have EQ presets as per the latest firmware update and a customizable EQ. And that's available for both Android and iOS devices. So the fact that that gives full accessibility to all customers, whether on iOS or Android, that's what gives the 1More Evo a win when it comes to app support and customizability. So that's definitely something strong and something to keep in mind for companies. Hopefully, Google will see fit to try to get their app on the iOS, app store. That'd be kind of dope. And that way, people who want to get the Pixel Buds Pro who are iPhone owners can use them fully as well. So now let's move over to some of the performance. So let's start in with the transparency mode. Now for transparency mode, the win here is going to go to the 1More Evo for having a more natural sounding transparency mode, along with providing dual modes with one that focuses on voice amplification. So there's like a voice focus mode. The Pixel Buds Pro, they have a decent transparency mode, but it's a bit on the muffled side. Now, to be fair, both could also use a bit more volume in their transparency modes. So an easy fix would be for both of them to get the addition of a volume slider for the transparency mode. I think that would be pretty dope. So hopefully both of these companies hear me on this and will add something like that via a firmware update. I think that would be pretty cool, and it'd be a good guy move to improve the experience for their customers. At least that's my opinion. Next up, let's talk about the active noise cancellation. Now, when I test active noise cancellation, I use 85 decibels worth of airliner cabin noise and 75 decibels worth of crowd noise for my testing, along with like fans and air conditioning units to really see how they work against machinery. I tested both with the SpinFit CP1025 silicone tips as well as Comply foam tips. Now, for active noise cancellation, the 1More Evo easily beat the Pixel Buds Pro for active noise cancellation. The 1More have top tier noise canceling strength with or without the use of memory foam tips. Now, both of them performed well in my testing, but the winner here was absolutely clear. So just something to keep in mind. And that's something that I actually went over in my full review of the 1More Evo, where the noise canceling strength is on par with some of the top tier earbuds on the market. So moving over to sound. So now we're going to talk about the volume. So for sheer volume, in my testing, the Evos managed to get 113.7 decibels of peak volume, with the Pixel Buds Pro coming in at 112.1. So the Evo take the win for the volume here. Now, both of them get more than loud enough for me, but the numbers don't lie. So in those measurements, the Evo definitely take that win. Now, moving over to sound quality. Now with sound quality, this is going to be a bit of a beatdown. Just to be completely honest, the 1More Evos are featuring a dual driver design here. So they've got a balanced armature for the treble, and they've got a dynamic driver to handle the bass and the mids. And that gives them a hardware advantage, obviously, over the Pixel Buds Pro. So the Pixel Buds Pro, they're offering a rich sound signature with excellent bass response. Like you guys saw, for those that saw my live listen of them, I was bouncing. They got some nice bass impact, but sadly the treble lacks clarity and leaves me wanting for more detail and airiness in the sound. Sadly, there is still no native EQ. The best that you can do right now to wake up the Pixel Buds Pro is to use the Wavelet app on Android, and they do respond well to EQ adjustments, and you can really bring out the clarity in them with a bit of adjustments there. Now that said, the 1More Evo still beat them decisively. So when it comes to the 1More Evo, they have top tier bass response. Deep sub bass rumble, you can feel as much as you can hear. The 1More Evo bring thump without ever getting muddy. That's the key. The mids also have a natural warmth that feels alive. Live instruments, they have impressive depth to them as well. Vocals sound realistic. They sound clear and natural, but they also, they also truly shine with male voices, a little bit more than female voices in my opinion. You also get a medium wide soundstage with live recordings on the 1More Evo. Then when it comes to treble, they have nice bright clarity in the treble. It's crisp, it's clean, and has a surprising level of airiness to the sound. When you put both of these side to side, listening to them both back and forth, the difference is so obvious. It's unbelievable. So all of that makes this an easy win for sound quality for the 1More Evos here. So with that said, now let's move over to the microphone quality samples. And this way you could hear which one of them is going to work best for you. All right, so here we have the microphone test for the Google Pixel Buds Pro. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, and here we have the microphone test for the 1More Evo. So testing, 1, 2, 3. Once again, I'm indoors in a semi-quiet room. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the Google Pixel Buds Pro in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. And here we have the 1More Evos in a simulated crowd noise environment. So something like a busy bar, a crowded restaurant, or something along those lines. So testing, 1, 2, 3. As always, you're going to have to be the judge of the microphone quality down in the comment section. Now, I normally don't give my opinions on call quality samples, but for me personally, I feel like the 1Mores did better in a quiet environment, but the Pixel Buds Pro did better in a crowded noise environment. But as usual, I do want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. So now allow me to go ahead and give you my final verdict on the Pixel Buds Pro versus the 1More Evo. Now, the Pixel Buds Pro are still a good option for under $200, but I would hold off on these until we get some price drops, especially considering that the 1More Evo come in for $70 less. The value proposition here, it just doesn't hold water at this time. Now, while both of these options are top tier competitors, one of these obviously outperforms the other in most categories. So if you're looking for peak performance across the board, then the 1More Evo are going to be the better option right at this time. Now, if you're interested in seeing how the Pixel Buds Pro if you're interested in seeing how the Pixel Buds Pro compare to the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro, check out the video that I'm going to leave for you right up here on the screen. With that said, my name is Jefe, and I'm out this bitch.